My name is Rose Marston, and I chose to do my cross-gendered leisure activity project on rock climbing. History of rock climbing. Rock climbing began as mountaineering in as early as the 1700s, often as a symbol of getting closer to the heavens. It became a recreational pastime in the 19th century with the implementation of climbing tools. Though there are a few records of a few female climbers accompanying men, during the 1800s, climbing was primarily a man's sport. So, why was mountaineering primarily a male activity? Females were seen as keepers of the home, not fit for strenuous activities such as climbing. Pictured on the left is an advertisement from Esquire magazine in 1959, which, in reference to women, says, "On a mountain, they are something of a drag." To admit a woman was capable of climbing mountains would have been seen as a threat to a man's masculinity. In the 1960s, second wave feminism began spreading across the United States. Women began making advances in the workforce, media, military, and sports. A climber named Bev Johnson led an emerging crowd of female climbers in the 1970s. Present day female climbers. Women have proven their capabilities and are now respected and encouraged to be adventurous, independent, and strong. Climbing magazines, like the one shown on the bottom right, often feature women. There are many well known female climbers today. Ashima Shiraishi is a 13-year-old and has just broken 2 world rock climbing records. Why is rock climbing seen as a leisure activity primarily for males? Early climbers were sent to explore new territories or to reach spiritual awakening, a journey not seen fit for women. Rock climbing is an individual sport, and it would not have been socially appropriate for a woman prior to the 1960s to venture off on a climbing journey by herself. Male anatomy and rock climbing. Biologically, men have a frame that makes them more fit for the upper body strength required to climb. In the 1800s, physical activity for women was thought to be unsafe because menstruation would periodically weaken women. Female rock climbers are certainly at a bit of a disadvantage, but in the last 50 years, women have been able to express their strength through sport and leisure exponentially. I attended a class at Great Western Power Company in Oakland. I was a bit discouraged when there were few females taking the beginner's class, but I did notice that there were many women on the courses. The ratio of men to women at this climbing gym is about 3 to 2. As a college athlete and gym goer, I consider myself stronger than the average woman. That being said, rock climbing was still very difficult for me. I was able to understand why a man's frame, wider shoulders, slimmer waist, stronger upper body, etc., would have been beneficial. However, I noticed that some women excelled in flexibility and their ability to grasp holds because of their smaller hands. Why has it taken me so long to try out rock climbing? Rock climbing is popular amongst my male friends, but that was what kept me from inviting myself. I didn't want to be the only inexperienced one. I felt my female build would make rock climbing more difficult for me. Now that I have tried it out, I feel that with practice I could ease my way into the outdoor climbing trips. Rock climbing, especially on the more difficult courses, was most definitely a challenge. The more I got used to it, the more enjoyable it was. I liked that it took planning and strategy as well as strength, flexibility, and coordination. There was a lot to learn as far as how the ropes work, how to get down, how to grasp certain holds, etc. Reflection. I was able to recognize that many of the opposite gendered leisure activities are labeled as such for reasons that don't exactly pertain anymore. After participating, I believe that most fears of rock climbing by females are false beliefs that you must have a certain amount of upper body strength, which is only a small portion of the skill it takes to climb. Gender gap insight. To reiterate, I learned that rock climbing takes skills that males
Okay.
typically excel in, such as muscular strength and endurance, but also a few skills such as flexibility that females are at an advantage for. When I look up images of
Okay,
rock
thank you.
climbers, I compared that most photos of men were often intense and flaunted their strength, while photos of women looked more like modeling, not sweating and their posing, etc. Would I rock climb again? Yes. Unfortunately, indoor climbing is a bit pricey with or without a membership, but I will gladly try it out again and bring a friend or two. It was a great workout and I enjoyed learning the techniques. Those who are advanced seem to be able to develop their own style, which made me eager to continue climbing.